Ladies and gentlemen, let's get something straight. Success doesn't care about your alarm clock. You can't just hit snooze on your life and expect your dreams to knock on the door like Amazon Prime delivery. You want success? Then stop treating your mornings like a war between your goals and your blanket. While you're busy negotiating with your alarm like it owes you money, someone else is already up grinding, hustling, sweating, and guess what? That someone is taking your opportunity. We've become a generation that wants results without effort, likes without substance, and goals without grind. Let me ask you, do you want success? Or do you want sleep? Because you can't have both. Success doesn't come with the maybe later button. It comes when you show up, even when you don't feel like it. It comes when you stop hitting snooze and start hitting life hard. Discipline is not the morning routine trend. It's a life-changing weapon. Winners wake up with purpose, not excuses. You don't need a miracle. You need a mindset that says, let's go, before the sun even rises. So, the next time that alarm goes off, remember, your future is calling. Will you pick up? Or will you roll over? You ever notice how we lie to ourselves in the morning? That alarm goes off, and suddenly we become world-class negotiators. 5 more minutes. I'll wake up after this one. Lying. That 5 minutes turns into 15, then 30, and by the time you finally crawl out of bed, the day already owns you, you don't own it. Let's be honest. Every time you hit snooze, you're choosing temporary comfort over long-term progress. You're not just delaying your alarm, you're delaying your destiny. Success doesn't show up in your comfort zone. It shows up where the grind lives. The snooze button? That's the trap. It's soft. It's easy. It whispers, you deserve more sleep. But deep down, you know the truth. You don't need more sleep. You need more self-respect. You see, every single time you snooze, you're sending a message to yourself. My dreams can wait. My goals aren't urgent. I'll get serious tomorrow. But guess what? There's no tomorrow for those who keep choosing comfort today. Success doesn't wait. It doesn't slow down. And it definitely doesn't feel sorry for you because you were tired. You want to win? Then act like it. Get up. Get focused. Get moving. Because life doesn't reward the lazy. It rewards the relentless. How you start your morning is how you train your brain to attack the day. Period. If you start your day scrolling on your phone, checking who liked your selfie, watching reels of people who are already miles ahead of you, you just told your brain, today, I'm a spectator. You didn't wake up to win. You woke up to watch. That's a losing mindset. But if you get up with purpose, if you wake up and your first move isn't to swipe but to stand up, to stretch, breathe, move, plan, grind, then you're telling your brain, we're in charge today. We're not reacting. We're creating. Your morning is your launch pad, not your snooze lounge. It sets the tone. It's not just what time you wake up. It's what energy you bring when you wake up. You can get up at 5 a.m. and still be useless if your mind is still asleep. This is why winners don't wait to feel like it. They don't wait for motivation, sunshine, or perfect vibes. They wake up, look in the mirror, and say, let's go. The world isn't waiting, and neither am I. If your morning is chaotic, your day will follow. If your morning is lazy, your energy will be trash. But if your morning is intentional, if you start with structure, fire, clarity, then your whole day becomes a weapon. Mornings don't lie. They reflect your mindset before the world gets a say. So ask yourself, what kind of life are you building with the first hour of your day? Let's get something straight. Comfort is killing more dreams than failure ever will. Why? Because comfort is sneaky. It feels good. It feels safe. It's that soft pillow that says, "Stay a little longer." It's that voice in your head that whispers, "Take it easy, you've done enough." But here's the truth, nothing worth having grows in comfort. You don't get stronger in the soft zone. You don't build confidence doing what's easy. And you definitely don't become your best self avoiding pressure. Growth comes from discomfort. It comes from showing up when your body says no, when your mind screams quit, when everything in you wants to run back to the familiar. But guess what? Comfort zones don't have trophies. They have regrets. You can either feel the pain of discipline now or the pain of regret later. That's the real deal. Every time you push through discomfort, you level up. Not just physically, mentally, emotionally. Because the more you stretch yourself, the more you realize how powerful you actually are. Comfort makes you soft. Discomfort builds muscle, mental, and physical. You want growth? Start doing the things that make you uncomfortable. Wake up earlier. Speak up when you're scared. Go after what feels out of reach. That's where the magic lives in. The uncomfortable. So the next time you're about to choose easy, remind yourself, the path of comfort leads to average. The path of discomfort leads to greatness. Let me ask you this. What's the difference between the person winning in life and the one always playing catch-up? Same 24 hours. The only difference? How they use them? Because while you're just chilling for a bit, someone else is using that exact minute to get sharper, stronger, richer, louder, better. You think an hour on Netflix is harmless? You'd think scrolling for 20 minutes here and there doesn't matter? Do the math. That here and there adds up to weeks, even months of wasted life. Every single minute matters. Not in a corny hustle culture, never sleep way. I'm not saying burn yourself out. I'm saying be intentional. Every minute is a building block. It either stacks up towards your goals or it stacks against you. You don't just lose time, you trade it. You trade it for what? Distraction? Drama? Dopamine hits? Look someone right now, same age, same background, same excuses, just use their time to send that email, take that risk, write that book, make that call, film that video, get in that workout. And now, they're one move ahead, one step closer, one decision sharper, all because they respected their minutes. Time isn't just money, it's momentum. You lose a little, you lose a lot. You waste 1 minute today, it becomes a habit. You maximize 1 minute today, it becomes a lifestyle. You want to rise? Start by treating every minute like it matters. Because it does. Let's kill the myth right now. Motivation is not your savior. Motivation is unreliable. It's a mood, a vibe, a sugar rush. It shows up when it wants to and disappears the moment things get uncomfortable. You can't build a legendary life on feelings because you won't feel like grinding every day. You won't feel like waking up early, eating clean, putting in work, pushing past limits. And if you only move when you feel like it, you're gonna move slow, if at all. That's where discipline steps in. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. It shows up on the days you're tired. It kicks in when motivation bails out. Is that voice in your head that says, I don't want to, but I will. Motivation is loud and flashy. It's the highlight reel. Discipline is silent, unseen. It's what happens in the dark when no one's clapping. But that's where success is born, in the boring, repetitive, gritty moments that nobody wants to post. The ones who win in life? They're not the most motivated. They're the most consistent. They made a decision that doesn't get renegotiated every morning. They said, I train, I build, I show up no matter what. Discipline is freedom. Because once you stop waiting to feel ready, you're already ahead of 90% of people who are still thinking about it. So, yeah, get motivated if you want, but get disciplined if you're serious. Because that's what gets results. That's what changes lives. Let's be clear. Success is not patient. It's not sitting around waiting for you to feel ready. It doesn't wait until your stars align, your schedule clears, or your confidence shows up. Success rewards speed, movement, action, urgency. You think you've got time? You don't. Every second you hesitate, someone else is executing. Someone else is posting, building, pitching, shipping, creating. While you're overthinking, they're outworking. You keep saying, I'll start next week. I'll go hard tomorrow. I'll begin when I feel more confident. You won't. If you don't start now, you probably never will. Why? Because you're training your brain to treat your dream like an option, not a mission. Let me tell you what urgency looks like. It's getting up and taking one uncomfortable step today. It's making the call, launching the idea, writing the page, recording the video. Even if it's messy, even if it's scary, even if it's not perfect. Especially if it's not perfect. Urgency doesn't mean rushing blindly. It means moving like your goals are on a countdown. Because they are. Time isn't something you manage, it's something you chase. You don't get to slow it down, pause it, or save it for later. All you can do is use it or lose it. So stop waiting for the right time. The right time is whatever time you finally say, enough talking. It's go time. You ever hear someone say, I could have been great, but what? But the timing wasn't right? But life got in the way? But they were tired, broke, stressed, busy? Let me tell you something. Everyone's got a but. But the ones who build empires don't lean on it. They burn it. Excuses are easy. You can create 1,000 reasons why you can't. And every single one of them will feel valid, sound smart, and keep you broke, stuck, and average. Excuses feel safe, but they steal your future. You want to be successful? Trade your ex. Life moves fast. Success moves faster. But here's the truth. Most people forget you control the tempo. Not your job. Not your past. Not your circumstances. You're not a passenger in this thing, you're the driver. But too many people are sitting in the back seat of their own life, letting distractions steer and excuses press the brakes. And then they wonder why they never arrive. See, you don't need to match anyone else's pace. You need to set your own. You're not in competition with them. You're in competition with your old self. So if you used to move slow, move faster. If you used to hesitate to decide, quicker. If you used to procrastinate, start now. The most dangerous thing you can do is move at the speed of comfort. Comfort speed is default speed. That's cruise control. That's survival mode. But champions, they live in attack mode. They walk into every day like a deadline's about to hit because one is. Your future is ticking. Your window is closing. And your potential, it's getting impatient. Success doesn't hand out trophies to people who show up late. It rewards those who take control of their momentum, who decide, this is my pace, this is my rhythm, and I don't wait, I create. So ask yourself, are you letting life set your speed? Or are you stepping in, grabbing the wheel, and saying, let's go faster? Let's get one thing straight, how you wake up is how you show up. If you open your eyes and the first thing you reach for is your phone, your comfort, your delay button, guess what? You've already handed your power to distraction. You didn't wake up to lead, you woke up to react. To notifications, to noise, to whatever the world throws at you. But when you wake up with intention, everything changes. You're not just awake, you're aligned. You're locked in. Intentional mornings create intentional days. And intentional days? That's where greatness is built. Not in the chaos, not in the rush, but in those early, quiet moments when you choose what kind of energy you're bringing. Are you waking up to hustle? To serve? To build? To evolve? Or are you waking up hoping the day goes okay? Listen, people talk a lot about morning routines like they're a trendy checklist. Meditate, journal, stretch. Cool. But if you're just going through the motions without purpose behind them, you're just decorating your procrastination. You don't need a perfect routine. You need a powerful reason. A reason to get up and move. A reason to say, this day doesn't own me, I own it. Because when you wake up with fire, focus, and direction, there's no stopping you. You're not just chasing goals. You're creating momentum before the world even opens its eyes. Everybody's got big plans. I'm gonna start this. I'm planning that. I've been thinking about doing something huge. Cool. But here's the truth. Nobody cares what you intend to do. Intentions are cheap. Action is what makes noise. You don't get credit for ideas that never leave your head. You don't get stronger just because you bought the gym membership. You don't build a business because you meant to start. You build by doing one move at a time. Even when it's messy. Even when it's not perfect. Even when you're scared out of your mind. The people who win aren't the ones with the best plans. They're the ones who execute. They press record. They send the email. They show up when no one's watching. Because real power doesn't live in your thoughts, it lives in your steps. You can have a vision board with yachts, jets, abs, mansions, and millions. But if you're not taking real, daily action toward it, it's just wallpaper. Success isn't about dreaming bigger, it's about doing more. Consistently, relentlessly, without needing a cheer squad, a perfect moment, or a permission slip. So yeah, think big, but don't sit on it, because action is the only language results understand.